So hi guys, this is part 3 of the Josephus and Revelation similarities. So if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, go check them out. This is me describing how Revelation looks to me that it was plagiarized from Josephus' writings. The reason I say that is because I used to think that Revelation was written before Josephus. But I guess the scholarly consensus is that it was written around 95 or 96 AD, when Josephus' War of the Jews was written around 75 AD. So this video is going to be about the place being burned up and fire and blood being mingled. So I will be reading from Josephus' book, War of the Jews. It will be book 3, Chapter 4, paragraph 1. So it says this: By this means he provoked the Romans to treat the country according to the law of war. Nor did the Romans, out of the anger they bore at this attempt, leave off either by night or by day, burning the places in the plain, and stealing away the cattle that were in the country, and unaliving whatsoever appeared capable of fighting perpetually, and leading the weaker people as slaves into captivity, so that Galilee was all over filled with fire and blood, nor was it exempted from any kind of misery or calamity. Now the key elements I want you to pay attention to in that writing was burning the places in the plain, weaker people as slaves into captivity, and Galilee was all over filled with fire and blood. Now the leading the slaves, the weaker people as slaves into captivity really has nothing to do with this video itself, but I still want you to remember that for future videos. So now if you have done any Bible studying whatsoever, as I did for almost 30 years, you will be familiar with this in the book of Revelation. So we're in Revelation chapter 8, verses 7 through 9. And this is what it says. The first angel sounded, and hail and fire followed, mingled with blood, and they were thrown to the earth. And a third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. Then the second angel sounded, and something like a great mountain burning with fire was thrown into the sea. And a third of the sea became blood, and a third of the living creatures in the sea unalived, and a third of the ships were destroyed. Now pay attention in that passage where it said that hail and fire followed, mingled with blood. Remember Josephus when he said Galilee was all over filled with fire and blood? And then also notice in the Revelation passage that it talks about a third of the trees were burned up and all the green grass was burned up. Remember Josephus said there was burning the places in the plain? So let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do you think that Revelation was plagiarized from Josephus? Some kind of coincidence? Or was an actual prophecy? Let me know.